Testing, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right then. Let's see where we are. Need to set the stream there. Bam, bam, bam. Looks like my volume's up. And what else? Thumbnail. Did I always forget? Where is it? There we go. There. What's this? And save. Okay, now we're good to go. Let's jump out here to. Ooh, I didn't mean to close that. Reopen. Jump out here. All right, Friday. Yesterday I got a little emergency call, whatnot. Had to go and handle some business. But we're back today on Friday. Looking around. So today, why does this look like this? Refresh this. Huh, looks kind of flat. Let me back up. Nope, still didn't fix it. Okay, well today is the 25th. Nothing crazy coming out from the federal, no speakers or anything today. Let's go and check out our scanners for right now. So on the scans, looking like a little light scan here. OLB, RREB, BKYI, MBIO, 0 up here. And we'll look into what's going on. None of these have really big gains. The ticker that I traded yesterday was BCTX. It had a catalyst of breast cancer. They had 100% resolution on their breast cancer and all that. I'll look back into it, but yeah, that's what I traded yesterday. Managed my risk pretty well on it. So basically, BCTX. I was looking at it down here. So it had made a move in the morning, and the catalyst on this, let me show you the catalyst as well so you know why I traded it. But one of the correlations that I saw that I did not have yesterday is the beta on this thing. It doesn't care about the market, and the market yesterday was going up, 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 and away. Now, all of my long-term dividends and long-term stuff is up. Crypto, everything is up. But, I traded something yesterday that did not, it was up, but it did not care about the market. So let me go to the press releases. Bria Cell Therapeutics, this is the public offering that it did 11 hours ago, but this was the news that came out. Bria Cell confirms 100% resolution of lung metastasis with Bria OTS. It had complete resolution of lung metastasis confirmed at 4-month follow-up in hormone receptor positive HR plus breast cancer patients. Treatment well tolerated and patient remains on study with stable disease elsewhere. Sustained clinical response supports Bria OTS, whatever. All right, so I was like, oh, 100% resolution, let's go. So what I did was, it did all of this movement during pre-market, came down here, and I was looking around. I was like, we'll see what it does. It came down in here around $7. I was like, let me just see if $7 will hold. So I just bought a little bit around here and looking for it to break over, 7 and retest 8. All right. Now I know most of the trades I take are above the ATR high up here. but I actually took this one under the ATR low, looking for it to come back up on that news catalyst. It had plenty of volume, had 30 something million shares of volume, but it just stacked up and never did get back over that 740. And I was like, okay. So I went ahead and cut my loss. Let me see where I cut it. So this was where my $50 loss was, right? This little red line was showing me, hey, if it crosses this is your $50 loss. So it played, and I had my stop right under this, right? It played down here, almost got me, came back up, almost got me, came back up, almost, and then it actually broke down. Now, on this last breakdown towards the end of the day, I actually had trailed the stop up because I was like, if this thing doesn't go end of day, then I just want to stop out. So I ended up stopping out. I moved this thing up to 650s. As this thing was going up, I was looking for it to shoot. And then I moved it up a little bit more to 670. And that's where it got me out, was at 670. So my average price was $7 and the ending stoppage was 670. So I didn't even buy a lot because it was already in a downtrend. It was down below ATR low. So I only had 85 shares. So on 85 shares, the planned loss was so 30 cents times that 85. Oh, but 0.30 times 85. I don't know what I just did. $25, right? I did get $4 of slippage and ended up with a loss of $29.50. So I was like, oh, okay. But the planned loss was $50, right? So cut that almost in half. Looking for it to return, but it didn't. But like I said, the everything else, all of the upward motion everywhere else, I'm up way more than, a little $29. Let's go and check out crypto. So over here on crypto, this thing is holding the 90,000s. Most of my crypto is green, green, green. Everything else, and I'm just kind of watching to see if it has any further response in the future. But I'm good to go. As far as the NQ, the movement on the NQ yesterday was insane. So we had, come back all the way out. We had another test. Let's see, where are we? Okay, all the way up here. We had another test of this 19,400 level. This is 8 times that it has tested this level since 310. So the first point that I saw was 310, and this is the 8th time yesterday that it tested this level. We also have a level down here still at 19,000, and then the gap up level from 18,500. So came up here, tested this level right here, came down, shot up back up to this previously tested level. So today on Friday, I don't know what it wants to do, up or down. All I know is, the things that it's touched, maybe it continues a bullish move, maybe it doesn't, maybe it needs to take a break or something. But we'll just watch and see. But like I said, some of the low flows today aren't looking so great right now. Waiting for some more stuff to come out. The cheaper stuff, OLB, let's go and look at why it's up 17%, which is not impressive at all because it's $1.66. Let's see, OLB. All right, so OLB, no news since March 4th. All right, on a Friday, that ain't looking good. Arab is the next one, up 13%. These are just, wait, no, AREB. These are just, Arab was going up crazy with the market. It's got a high beta. I think the beta was what? Good morning, Danielle. Good morning, everybody that's tuning in. The beta on this one was, well, this one shows a lower beta. The beta in Thinkorswim says it is 4.40. That's what I'm seeing over here on the scans. I always like to look at these betas because yesterday as the market was going up, this high beta, this thing was just pumping, pumping, pumping. So it came down 380, but it didn't have any news or anything. But it came down. I think Donnell said it was like a self-defense, and they sell like self-defense weapons and safes and stuff like that. But yeah, it was going crazy yesterday. It went from 359 up here to 476. In the morning, it had these little top and tail wicks, which ended up resulting in it falling a little bit, and then it returned to these highs. So that's a little bit of unpredictability in that one, and I didn't do anything with that one. I was like, yeah, I don't know about that. I just went with what had the catalyst and what had the catalyst and what I could manage risk on, and it didn't work out. So I was like, okay, cool. Anyway, hopefully you guys had a great day yesterday. And if you've been doing any long-term investments, I don't know. I guess you should be seeing some green in your long-term investments, especially if you bought within the last 3 weeks, 3 weeks or so. Very, very nice returns already. Anyway, as for the large caps, Nvidia, not too crazy, not up much. Google is up 4%. I don't know what happened with them. Let's go look into Google. Alphabet, Google, press releases. Quantum threats are accelerating. These companies are preparing for the shift. Whether quantum computer becomes a commercial reality in the near future or remains years away, the threat it poses to current encryption methods is undeniable, making quantum security a growing priority. A recent MixKey report highlights the rapid expansion of quantum computing investments, emphasizes the critical need for post-quantum cryptography to safeguard sensitive data. Analysts project oh my goodness, wake up. Analysts project the quantum communication market to grow at a 23 to 25% CAGR. I don't know what the CA is, but I know the GR is growth rate, reaching 14.9 billion by 2035. Okay, with post-quantum cryptography making up 2.4 billion to 3.4 billion of that total. Seems like opportunity. I need to look into who's really leading the way with quantum security on these systems, because I mean, the quantum computers can crack things within seconds, where some scripts and things that were not quantum based would take years to crack some things, but quantum, it can do things very, very quickly if you can afford the technology to compute on it. I don't know. We'll see. But Google is up today. 4% is one of the few that is still gapping up. Let's go look at their chart. Oh yeah, look at there. Went from 159 all the way up here to 168 and now pulled back to 165. Let's look at the other one. GOOGL. Let me see if there's any news on that ticker. GOOGL. GOOG. Let's see. 3 days ago, better invest. No, is this press releases? It is. 3 days ago, Better Investing Magazine update on Facebook and Alphabet. Digital Silk. This is what, April 2nd. Let's see what this magazine was talking about. Is there any credible fact in here? Fundamental eye-opening investors. That's Meta. Shoot. Not seeing anything just life-shattering down here, so whatever. This could be a Freaky Friday. After that big move up, maybe some things that don't really care about the market end up moving again. But today, I think it's going to be a nice resting period for most of the stuff that ripped yesterday. But ARAB and OLB, ARAB really leading the way. It's got 2 million shares traded. Still coming in and got back over this 442, but it's pre-market. If the market doesn't keep running up like it was yesterday, this thing is going to probably run out of gas. And I don't know where it can pull back to. It has this previous level down here of the 380s that it continued to test yesterday. And we'll see how that goes. But right now it's at 450. And I don't think it has the gas to go. If it does, it will be very surprising to me. But I am okay. I am very okay with everything and how things are going right now. Let me jump over here to my other divvies. Let's see. American Airline was one that Mike D had called that I'm still watching that one too. It doesn't pay a dividend, but I was looking to add it to a portfolio if it falls to if it keeps falling. That would be sweet. Okay, this one popped up a little bit, man, that I was watching as well. Popped up a little bit, but coming back under those 42s. And I'm thinking it's got the distance to go down to one of these spots. Don't know where it's going to go, but I want it to fall. Intel back under $20. This thing has faked me out so much. Been watching it for so long. And it just, every time, man, comes down here and takes my heart away when the market rips back up. It was at 21 or closed yesterday at 21.49 and opening today at 1992 is what I'm seeing. So multiple times, and I'm just looking for that true break of $20 breaking down. It does not pay a dividend either, but I kind of, when I long-term invest, I like to invest in things that have interesting ideas that could be good in the future. I like to invest in things that I still see used all the time. So Intel, I see Intel processors all the time. And when I think about new things coming out like quantum computing and things like that, like, okay, well, Intel is still a big player in this game. How will they, or will they be a part of something that produces new chips that can, function on the quantum level? That's how I'm thinking about the future. But or will they purchase a smaller company that has the technology? Kind of like during the time that COVID came out, those little companies that were working on COVID vaccines and things like that, they were getting scooped up by the big names. So I'm like, well, can Intel buy something that puts them in that league? And they have the money to buy it. So I'm just waiting, being patient, waiting for bad things to happen to get an entry. And then, letting it ride for the future. But yeah, it's definitely a game of patience for sure. Tesla, back up. Okay. All right, back over to the normal programming here. you guys are seeing anything else that's moving that I'm not seeing, because I literally have my scans to look for low floats with some catalysts that are moving up. Right now, I'm just not seeing anything that is challenging these little cheap stocks right now. So nothing on my radar. Okay, so came up and tested at 19,301. Why did that turn around there? 19,300. Let's just look back and see if that had been previous resistance, or is this something new? 19.3. Zoom back a little bit. I see it back here. 19.3. Okay. 19.3. Got shifted around a couple of times. So it's got a couple of points back here. Anything else? Huh. Okay. This is the only interesting point right here for the 19.3. Got tested 1, 2, 3 times back here on March, or let me think, January, February, March. Yeah, March 10th, 11th, and 13th. And then got going off of this. And it came up to that level. So this is within a 3-day radius. So I'll count that as like 1. Came back here and blasted down through it without even respecting it on this day. I don't like that. Came back up here, 19.3. Pivot. Count that as 2. Tried to get back up there, couldn't reach it. And then where we are now. So just tested that a little bit, 3 times in the past. So maybe that becomes some type of pivot level. Three X, and where was that first little test we saw? This one. 3X. Right here. So March 10th, the 10th, 13th. Okay, so let's just say 310 was the beginning of that. Okay, so it's got it there. Cool. So at this point during pre-market, for the cheaper stuff, I'm like, what can get, that high volume 10 million shares? Because usually for something cheap, 10 million shares is easy, right? Right now, the things that we're seeing for 10 million shares really haven't gapped as a cheaper stock would earlier in the week, right? Only up 20%, 17%. Yeah. Okay. Let's jump over here and look at Yahoo Finance and see what's on the front page. The summer of revenge travel will be a distant memory this year. The summer of revenge travel. What is that? Hmm. This is the takeaway from today's morning breach, which you can sign up to receive, blah, blah, blah. The chart of the day, what we're watching with, okay. So the summer of 2022 was defined by the notion of revenge travel as consumers tried to make up for time lost during the height of the pandemic. As the summer of 2025 fast approaches, the story is shaping up to make those post pandemic summers in which everyone went to Italy feel like a meme from another era. American Airlines and Southwest Airlines both pulled their outlooks for 2025 this week, citing uncertainty that weighed on demand. Delta Airlines did the same earlier this month. Let's see. And it's clear this summer is shaping up to be a challenging one for businesses with any kind of seasonal tilt. Okay, so in Boston Feds District, restaurant owners experienced a first quarter slowdown in hotel bookings on the Cape for summer. We're running somewhat below recent years. Travel from Canada declined noticeably. In context, feared that summer travel from Europe and China could suffer as well because of the negative reactions to U.S. tariff policies. More broadly, tourism contacts expressed concerns that declining consumer confidence could hurt leisure spending. Okay, we'll see about that. Year over year change. Let's see. Where's the United States in here? East Europe, Asia, Oceania, South America. I mean, it's been, what is this, 2023? Yeah, I guess it's definitely having a trend down. People are spending less, people are being smarter with their money, and not really doing much until they get to a place where they can. So I guess that could be an impact as well. The average consumer, maybe getting smarter, maybe not. I don't know. Interesting though. Wall Street cheers Google's strong earnings and buyback plan. So, okay, they may be buying back some shares, increasing, trying to grow a little bit as a tech company. All right, so it says China eases chip tariffs. So XOXL will probably get blessed off of that. U.S. signals quick South Korea trade deal. Intel stocks fall as weak forecast. No, it haven't fallen enough. We want to see that splash down. Boy, if I wake up one morning, Intel's at like $10, $7. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Picking that thing up. Let's see what we got. Mount Garden. Can you buy a house when you have student debt? Absolutely, you can. Just gonna have a whole lot more debt. That's all. How to choose the best travel and credit card. It's crazy. Well, it's not really crazy, but the new changes that are coming with the whole student loan things. If you haven't been paying your student loans, the wage garnishment and things like that. I didn't know that many people were not had found ways not to just pay or to defer that loan. They're just sitting on student loans. I was like, dang, bro, that's some strategy right there. How do you keep getting that thing pushed back? But the problem is, if you keep getting it pushed back, the interest on it is still compounding. It's gonna be even longer to pay it off. I was looking at some doctors and things like that had got like student loans, going to medical school, having $500,000 in student debt is normal, coming out of there as a doctor, if you make it through, right? If you don't, you just have now ruined your life with $500,000 worth of debt and you didn't make it through school. So how in the world do you pay that back? Some people just continue to consolidate their debt and try to get, try to do all these different strategies. But with that amount, the interest on it will eat you alive. Even if you have a really good interest rate, it's still going to eat you alive. Like 600K, you say 600K. And let's say you get a really good interest rate of, let's say, 4% on a student loan or something. They don't do 4% anymore. I mean, the normal now is 6%, 5 to 6%. So I just go with that, 5 to 6%, 0.5. So your interest is gonna be crazy on that $600,000. That's insane. 30K. And then if you were to break that down into monthly, so you took that 600K and said, okay, well, 0.5, whoops, say 0.5 divided by 12. 12 months in a year, you got this 0.004. So 600,000 times that 0.004. It's going to be 2,400 a month in interest. So on a month, right? How do you make? How are you gonna? That's gonna be a chunky month. Per month, every month of the year on interest. That's not even a principal. That's just like yeah, I paid down my interest of 24,000 or 2,400. You're like, okay, well, how much hit the principal? You got to pay that plus some. You need to pay way over that to touch that principal. Maybe like 4,000 a month towards it, something. But then again, some doctors are making, some pretty good money for sure per month. Well over 10,000. So if we look at what they actually make, if they're making well over, let's say, I don't know, 12,000 a month, and then you're subtracting out that 24 for the interest on that loan, you still got 9,600 to pay some more over the top, right? So it's like, okay, well, let me pay some more. Let me pay more than what that 2,400 is, right? They don't do that. They haven't been doing that. They've been sitting on those student loans, right? Yeah, pretty bad behavior over the long term. Can't go bankrupt on it. Can't just make it disappear. It's just always there looking at you. Yeah, somebody does need to drop a PR. I haven't seen anything pop up yet, though. Everything's just the same. I'm pretty sure people are feeling so good about where their accounts are now with this big old NQ move up that they're like, man, you know what? We're just going to take a break. We're just going to take a breather. So I think this is going to be a little bit of a Freaky Friday where we see a popper come up And I don't even know if the popper's gonna have news at this point, with it being Friday, unless it's bad news. Oh yeah, we're doing an offering. Just like BCTX yesterday afternoon did an offering. We go look at that offering. Cell Therapeutics. So Cell Therapeutics announces pricing of 13.8 million public offering. British Columbia, Cell clinical stage technology company that develops novel immunotherapies to transform cancer care, today announced the pricing of an underwritten public offering of 3,066,666 units, including 399,099 units sold upon the full exercise of the underwriter's option to purchase additional units. Each unit consists of one common share, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So each unit is being sold to the public at a price of $4.50. So that thing's going to be going down. It's going to be going down. Where them low floats at? We don't want a high float, especially not one with a strong catalyst on a Friday. It's going down for real. Only problem with something like Google is such a high float. If you miss the move, you wasn't already in it. Day trading Google it can be very tragic unless you're using like a micro scout strategy where you're just playing ranges. You're getting in and out within like seconds, minutes, things like that. Just taking very quick little bits of that movement. It does have an ATR. Google has ATR of $5.86, and then the other ticker GOOG has they're about the same ATR, $5.86 on a normal day. And what people do is play those little ranges on it. They play very small. Well, this is PLTR. Okay, here's Google. They play these very small ranges because you can see just on this candle alone, it went from 165.98 down here to 164.76, and so people play these little ranges. They have crazy ways to trade within these candles, and it's if you're not, you know, able to read patterns very well and things like that. A lot of those traders are using 1 minutes, they're using like second charts and things like that, and they're not holding long at all. They're in and out, in and out, in and out, getting those movements. So trading those on a 15-minute is kind of hard. It's when it comes to day trading, you gotta really nail down into that 1 minute, 5 minute range to trade those, day trade those. Let's go look at a 1 minute for Google and see what it's looking like. So let's see, we had a couple of stop points down here. 166 got tested multiple times, and then it finally came right down and blasted through it. So how big of a move was that for the shorts? 166 down here to 165.35, and there's not a whole lot of real patterns you see in here because it's kind of lighter volume. It's hard to, justify what it is. So what you would do is just make you mark up multiple levels on the 1 minute, 5 minute, all the way up to 4 hours, and then you'll play those ranges. And a lot of people use the Fibonacci's, they use all kinds of stuff in here. So it's like man, if you don't know that stuff or you don't have those scripts or whatnot, you're gonna be in trouble, especially if everybody else is using those scripts. You're gonna be in a real guessing game if you don't know, oh, this was a Fibonacci level. Yeah, that's why it bounced and broke my neck. Jump back up here to the 15. But yeah, it is 7:15 and the morning is very dry. Very, very dry. Speaking of drought, I need to go drink me some water, man. I'm feeling dehydrated. Been running this week. But the week is almost over. Got everything handled. Fires put out. And check my accounts and they're looking very good. So I'm like, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm doing better. I'm doing better. Up. This one's looking like it wants to break upward. 94,000 there. Looking grandiose. Oh, yes. Well, if Bitcoin breaks out, I'm really not worried about. If nothing else breaks out, as far as day trading, I'm okay going into the weekend. Especially if we wake up and it's back up here at 100K, that would be amazing. But if it wants to come back down for some reason, which I don't know what reason it will come down for, again, we haven't really had anything big or significant as far as like, I mean, for the tariff thing, it really didn't affect this much at all, right? And now that the tariffs are being alleviated, will people now come back in and invest? And I kind of want to see what happens. We're only what's this? We're almost to the halfway point of the year. There's a lot of restructuring going on, a lot of people coming into the market, new people coming into the market. Just a different environment. But in every environment, I want to take advantage of it. I don't want to let all this bad news just slip by. Be like, oh man, I didn't do anything during that time. No, I want to take advantage. If it's blood in the water, I want to be a shark and not a blind fish blinded by my own blood. Because I have sat through bad things before and not taken any action. Just like, oh my goodness, the sky's falling, the sky's falling. Yeah, well, the other thing is during the good times, save something, put something aside, save something for the bad times. If you have an excess in the bad times, you can take advantage of, some of this stuff. But if you don't have any excess, you kind of like on your back foot and you're like, man, wish I had money right now. Man, that things look good right now. Good to buy. They're at discount prices, lower than they've ever been. But yeah, just gotta prepare yourself for the bad times and enjoy the good times by saving. I mean, you still invest in the good times, but you know, it's easier to invest when things are all at a discount. Wow. BTTX is heading on down to that 450 level. So it's let's see, 450 is down here. It's got 800,000 shares traded on it. Still the same kind of looking chart here. Nobody wanted to get special. Nobody wanted to get aggressive during pre-market today. Which makes me think that we're going to see a popper during the day on a low float. I'll be ready. I'll be sitting, waiting, watching. Manage that risk. I've been risking 50 bucks per trade, you know, and a lot of times it holds over that 50 bucks. And as long as it's holding, I'm like, hey. And then if it hasn't done anything by the end of the day, I'm like, all right, well, let me just go ahead and get ready to cut it. You don't want to play? Cool. I'm not going to, you know, force something. Give me money. And it has definitely been keeping more money in my pocket rather than risking 500 bucks or something a day. And, you know, at that point, it's like I would just be holding the bag with a $500 loss. Just doesn't make sense. If it's going to go, it's going to go. Give me a 3-to-1, 4-to-1, something like that. Cool. I'm out. My target per trade is to get 30 cents out on the trade, right? So yesterday I bought at $7. I was looking to at least get that 7.30, and it could never get up there and hold that 7.30, because the way I do it is once it holds that level, forms a higher low than that 30 cents, I put a stop there. So that way, no matter what happens, I lock in my target of 30 cents on the trade. And then if it gives me more, okay, cool. And I just continue to ease up that stop to the next level or to the next pullback, right? So when it does a pullback, I'm like, okay, cool. Move it up. Does another pullback, move it up. Cool. And if it shows weakness, take a little bit off because I'm already green. I got my 30 cents locked in. Take a little bit off. Just shave it. Just a little bit. Oh, wow. Arab. Let's see what you got going on over here. Still struggling at this 450 level. I think this is going to be a dangerous one, especially with just having 14 cents up on today. Let's look back over at the NQ. In about 10 minutes, I'm going to be going and hydrating myself because I don't know, man. I'm just dehydrated. I feel it. I drink a lot of water every day, so I can tell when I'm dehydrated. I'm like, yeah, something's up. I need like a gallon of water. Okay. So yeah, we're below the ATR highs right now, coming back up towards this 19,314. I don't know how it's going to react. It reacted one time here today and kind of buzzed down. So we'll have to see if that becomes another significant level. But right now, it's under the ATR low. So I'm thinking either it's going to consolidate or it's going to move down slowly. And we'll see what happens throughout the day. Haven't really verified another trend setting up though. Haven't really seen one. Maybe today it'll form another points, but as for now, I just haven't seen one. We just got this main trend all the way down here at 18, pretty much lining up with the 18.5s down here. So nothing too obvious right now as far as downtrend or uptrends. second. Let me see my drawings. Pressed it down and now struggling to get back over that candle. This little pin. Kind of almost like a doji here. You know, forced down there. Coolio. MULN. Why is BKY up? BKYI up 10%. It needs some help. BioKey International. $15 hours ago, regains compliance with NASDAQ listing rules. Trash. Trash. Look at what oil is doing out here. It's back to 61. Had this uptrend that it was slightly following right through here. Found a little top and just dropped. So dropped from 64 down here to 61s. Wondering why it's dropping though. What's the name of the oil? Crude oil or something like that. What's the name of that? Oil prices head for a weekly loss. We know that. On a clouded outlook, oil prices edged higher, but I was taking me to another site. Okay. This site's probably going to make me subscribe. Okay, headed edged higher, but are heading for a weekly loss as uncertainty over de-escalating U.S.-China trade war tensions and the threat of oversupply cloud the picture. Brent crude was up 0.2% at 65 a barrel, and WTI rose at 0.2% to 62.90 cents a barrel, but both remain down on the week. Okay. U.S. has signaled it is open to lower tariffs on China, which would be good for the global growth and support oil demand. Okay. Cool, cool. Okay, this one's talking about a cruel summer looms, but here's why JP Morgan still expects a higher S&P finish this year. Alphabet blowout, making iPhones has gotten complicated in tariff wars. Apple reportedly has a plan to stop some sourcing from China. Intel going back to its roots, but latest plans will be costly. Oh yes, that's what we want to see. Will be costly and stock tumbles on Outlook. Look into that. Let's see. Democrats ask if the 1 billion in Doge cost cutting at Social Security has hurt recipients. Let's look into that. How the market stumble? Boom, boom, boom. Stock market. How to decide which school you can afford in this crazy economy? None of them. You can't afford any of them. You just got to go for a degree that's going to pay off whatever it is in your lifetime. That's all. Trump won't fire Powell, but he could still pressure the Fed, says economists. All right. All right. Dang, I'll die broke with nothing. I'm 86, only get $398 a month from my annuity and being denied access to my 1 million in investments. What? How you being denied access? No way. Okay. Maybe that's just some type of. Maybe I'm just tripping. Who can help me? Okay, so I'm 86 years old, have a $250,000 in my account and 1 million in investments, but I get nothing for my 401k as my account is locked and I'm only receiving $398 from my annuity. I've called financial services firm and fought with them about this, but their expectations of me are ridiculously outlandish. I've been told every excuse from I'm deceased to my name isn't correct. I was adopted. This sounds like identity fraud. I was adopted and I sometimes go by my first and middle name and last name, and I've been married twice. I haven't had an ID in 15 years. Yeah, whoever, yeah, somebody stole their identity. Sounds like broker has deactivated my account. I'll die knowing I messed up by choosing them. I'll die broke with nothing. What should I do? Blah, blah, blah. Answer is very concerning that you're unable to access your own money. If you're 86, your RMDs required minimum distribution should be well underway, and the money has to be going somewhere. That's what I'm thinking. It's going somewhere. Somebody's got them. Somebody done got them. Somebody is them, actually. Anyway, I just saw that title. It's like, dang, bro, you got locked out of your investment account? That's crazy. All right, anyway, it is 7:31. These were some of the other ones that I saw that I was looking at. I don't even know. This is on Market Watch. It's on the front page right now. It'd probably be there all day. Waiting for Intel to fall through the floor, but maybe they won't. I don't know. Hopefully these costly things will drop their stock price and I will get my entries finally. Anyway, I'm about to get off of here. Appreciate you guys for tuning in for sure. If you're going to continue trading today, I don't really see anything in small caps right now. Maybe you're already in something where one of your swings is looking really good right now if you're swinging something. But yeah, slow day in the small caps. Keep your head on a swivel. It may be a Freaky Friday where we just see something just explode out of nowhere. And with those, definitely do your research, see who's holding, why it's up, and all that. If there's no reasoning, I mean, at that point, it's just, you know, trade at your own risk if there's no reasoning behind it. But yeah, pretty good week for overall investments as far as long term. Um, as far as trading, I'm pretty much break even on the week. Um, so it's whatever. I'm okay with that. I'd rather be break even than broke. But anyway, definitely will see you guys next week. It'll be a little bit easier week for me. I might be able to get some sleep next week and get back to my old routine. But this week just got thrown in the hammer, or a hammer got thrown into. I don't know. Anyway, that's it for me today. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.